Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Expand Love Show. Today, we have a wonderful, heartwarming guest called Magdalene. I think you guys must know her before. If you are already, aware of the people in the raw vegan industry, she is called the Raw Coconut Girl on YouTube. Something that I really love about her is how her teachings is so much about the spirit, and that resonates so much with me. So, welcome to the show, Magdalene. Could you just introduce yourself a little bit to our audience?
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me to such a beautiful interview. And I feel honored and it's amazing to be here. You're doing an amazing job. You're a light worker, and this is just so close to my heart. So I appreciate that so much. And it's so much pleasure just being here. So for me, so thank you so much. I hope the connection works and everything for both of us. I'm Magdalena White, aka Raw Coconut Girl, a regenerative detoxification specialist, lymphatic iridologist. I am also a professor at Dr. Morse's International School of the Healing Arts and Sciences. I'm all into health and wellness, and this is the most important thing to me, to just feel good. It's also about the animals and spiritual part, that it's a huge aspect of this lifestyle personally, if it comes to my personal experience and this beautiful divine expression of this lifestyle, but also the connections that you can regenerate your cells and fix your DNA and reverse everything that is bothering you inside out is just like, oh, it's the most beautiful thing that we could receive from Mother's Earth and the universe, So I think that's highly spiritual aspect of it as well.
Yeah,
In it.
yeah. I would actually love to focus a lot of this, talk on like how you think, spirituality also plays a role in healing. I mean, I think that is where we heal from. And then, foods is just more like, not getting in the way of the healing and allowing the healing to happen. So you teach bio art science of health, right? I was
Of
looking at
healing,
one,
yes, art.
yeah, of
Mm-hmm.
healing, yeah. And so just like tell what do you teach in it and how does it work? I saw that you were inculcating probably a lot of music and art and just like regenerating yourselves and your spirit through there, but I would love to get it from the horse's mouth.
Uh-huh. Thank you so much. I have a very cute bag walking on me right now. I would love to show it to you, but it's too tiny, I think, to be able to see it in a camera. Anyway, he's just still continue to walk on me. It's okay. Have fun. So yes, the bio art science of healing. I need to share. I think what I would express here in a, like, long story short, um, it's about the music, it's about the smell, it's about the touch, it's about the way our perceptions works, right? And vision, spiritual aspect of it, all the and many more. It's the all composition of that we can include on our daily basis, that we usually forget about them, that they are healing, especially music sounds. Every single sound has its own universal quality that we can incorporate in our daily routine in order to fix our DNA as well, and regenerate these tissues that need to be regenerated in order to function properly. So all these aspects are highly crucial on a daily basis, but like I said, we don't think about them. at all, because we think, oh, the car is passing, give the car a certain object, and it gives us the sound, and it can be disturbing, right? The sound can be healing, or it can be actually damaging. It can put you down easily as well, or stabilize you. So all these stimulate you. All these aspects are highly important to know the difference and how to utilize all these beauties in your life, you know, so you can actually absorb, utilize, and express later on everything in your life.
Uh, Yeah. So you're saying that, basically, I mean, when I was healing as well,
Mhm.
mostly from my, mental anxiety, there was a point in time, I know really used sound and movement to bring myself to a centered state, where there is emptiness. And this kind of helps a lot, that is where we get the connection with the divine inside ourselves, and then everything, regenerates.
Yeah. Okay. Aloha back.
Yes. Okay, so we both are working with things that we don't have control on, and so so we are here again. Yeah, and now I see a beautiful durian in the frame, so things are getting better.
Please join me. Yes, I'm defrosting this beauty for tonight. It's heavy and spiky.
Yeah, yeah,
Ah,
it looks
it's
beautiful.
heavy, and I can hear the fruit inside. So, ooh,
Wow,
that's
wow, it's
is
gonna be
very
really good. Oh my God,
mhm.
I would really like to, have durian. It's not so readily available over where I live, but I was in Vietnam. I used to like eat it a lot, but
Oh, did
now
you?
it's,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, I'd love to eat it.
what type of durian did you have? Do you
Oh,
remember?
no,
No.
it was not so awesome, It was just like one kind that we got.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
still great. I probably maybe that was Montong, because this is just the most
yeah.
popular one. I have this one here too. Uh,
Uh,
but there are many varieties. So, oh my goodness, I love this fruit. I'm melting already.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I would definitely like to have some more, but whenever it comes. I'm juice fasting. I'm on my 14th day of juice fast today. I think I'm gonna be
Uh-huh.
breaking the fast maybe tomorrow. So
14
actually,
days. Wow. What juice fast are you going through?
well, I was mostly drinking watermelons and then
Mhm.
a little bit of pineapple and sometimes papaya, but mostly this and then a lot of coconut water.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, coconut water.
Yeah. That's why we are here together. Yes.
Coconut girl. Oh my gosh, I love coconut water. I love coconuts in general. Uh,
Yeah.
but I know you asked me beautiful question, and I would like to respond you finally without any disturb, this bothering
Yes.
situations and stuff with the internet. Um, I hope we won't lose connection anymore. So, um, yes, so I focus on the body, mind, and spirit at the same time. And to me personally, this is the highly spiritual approach. I show people how to connect spiritually with yourself and your soul, so you can be understanded and you can believe in yourself even more and get that full support from the divine, that will be just you know, going through you easily without any interruptions. And how can you manage your cells to work properly in this whole process, so you can literally, that I mentioned and you mentioned beautifully before, about my class, that it's about the art, and art is everything. We are creating art on a daily basis and people don't even know that. So I try to show everyone this course is for each and every one of you, to learn and notice these things that we don't see on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But I have been an artist, I think, since the day I came to this world, because I've been just thinking this way since a young age, and that inspired me and showed me different approaches that I brought from my past lives. And I feel highly connected with these past lives that I went through. And I try to expand others. um, um, I would say not vision, but being able to express what they really went through and who they really are. And I'm helping to discover the gifts that each and every one of you received coming to this planet. And some of them are, I haven't been, they haven't been like explored yet by you, because there was not enough time, or you may not have this capabilities yet. So you need to know how to discover them in order to go even fully through the detox program, and then regeneration program, rebuilding program. Rebuilding is such a important aspect that I'm focusing on right now, even for myself. So this is the most connected approach that I can go through. And to me personally, because of all these aspects, I noticed amazing improvements with my health, with everything, with my mind, body, and spirit. But that spiritual connection is even stronger than ever. That bond, it's you can't, it's hardly explained because it's just so vibrant, strong, and deep, that it's that divine is just like even asking how to ask the universe for certain things, how to experience even out of body experience correctly in a safe way, how to meditate in a safe way, how to create all the art safely so you won't be hurt in the future, because all these stuff that we even create can become our karma. And in our next things that we are planning to do, or we just are following or intuitionally. And even the intuition itself can be misleading very often. Be how to utilize and use it properly. So this is also a huge aspect. So all of these beautiful things I'm trying to share in this course. I
Wow.
mean, I shared, yeah, and there's so many other aspects that I will be sharing in the near future as well. But it's just it's a rainbow of connections and universes and galaxies and all these cells that we have in our body is just amazing. It's just like
Yeah.
deep like the ocean.
Wow. It's like if you're teaching this to people, like how to really, be able to function with it in day to day. And do you also teach like practices which can help them, become closer and become more aware in the process? And I have a question that is also, it's like,
Mhm.
did this happen to you automatically, or did you also use some plant medicines to become aware in the process?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so first question was if I help people to um, feel it on the daily basis and discover it. Yes, absolutely. That's the whole point was for me. The most important is to how to incorporate it on a daily basis so you can utilize it. Just
Yeah.
being a normal human being,
Yeah.
just in a, and I teach it and I express it in the simplest way possible, because I want to each and every one of you to just understand what I even trying to say and what I'm trying to express through the divine. So um, it's such a deep relationship here with me with my you know uh, I don't want to call it, yeah, participants, let's say, um, that it's hard to explain what we experience in a real life during these classes, because it's totally different experience than over like, through the internet, let's say, but it's still super deep even online to experience it, because you may discover a lot of things that you've never known before about yourself. I'm trying to share and show people how beautiful life is, and even in the worst situation, you have that power, and you're still winning no matter what is happening. So all these aspects also give you a lot of inspiration to, like, for yourself, for your heart and spirit, so you can always find the positivity and positivity in every little piece on this planet, so every little atom and every little cell you can just like balance out and put more vibration into it, and do it in a safe way, because there are many people on YouTube, on the internet, online, that they spread some messages, and to me, I've never heard this kind of sources, because I was always feeling scared and
Yeah.
and in a fear that they will attack my energy, and then you can get these hitchhikers, let's say, and then it's hard, that Dr. Morse teaches about, let's say. I think that you heard about it many times. So that's why what I focused on is how to protect yourself, to not to be hurt, even through that simple meditation, by just listening someone's meditation. So also these aspects were highly important to me, to teach, to share what I experienced through my life and my experience. The second, I hope that this all satisfies you with the
Yeah.
answer for this.
Definitely, definitely. So I see that, there's a part of you where you teach, like, how to protect your energies,
Mhm.
and how to find your own safe path. And
Yeah.
I wonder how you're teaching. You're probably teaching it through practices, and of course your presence and the philosophy that give them in the classes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I
Uh,
got it right. Yeah,
yeah, I know you asked me also how did
yeah.
I discover all of this, and if that appeared after my detox and stuff. I always been different, different, and I love that. I love that, and my family loved that, because I always was just thinking differently. Let's say differently. I would say I think normal. I don't want to
Yeah.
be called like I'm different. Why am I different? Like, I'm like each and every one of you. I may got blessed with just having just more spiritual aspect, wider range of it, but you got different gift that I probably haven't even received, or I may discover in my life. So everyone got just different, level of it and aspect of it, that it's, yeah. uh, so I've been always this way. I've always been a very spiritual, and I remember since a young age. That's why also Dr. Morse was grateful for that. I learned like a lot through my own experience throughout all my life so far, and in this young age for this planet, I would say. It's still
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
um, and then and in this body, and I just was always like, I prefer to spending time with nature rather than go outside and spend it with the crowd of people. I just loved experiencing with art. I love meditating. Since a young age, I was like creating all the protection shields on me, in me, when I was like, I remember like 6, I was 6 laying down in bed and was meditating, or even 5, and my mom was entering the room. She's asking, what you doing? I'm like, I'm connecting. That was my just
Wow.
answer. Yeah, I just was all, and I was creating just art everywhere on my walls, and notebooks, and creating all the pictures, and just doing a huge part of art that wouldn't. I thought back then that I'm gonna utilize it in the future. That this is important what I'm doing now, and I have to focus on the growth. So since a young age, I had a brain full of ideas all the time. It was just like non-stop working brain with ideas. But I discovered a lot of the spiritual connection with it. So it was like focusing on my growth. Um, and I don't want to sound like I'm selfish or something or full of myself. It's not the point.
No,
At
no,
all.
no. It's not, it's like
It was,
self-care is not selfish at all. We've come
yeah.
here for our own healing journey, and then if we give out to somebody else, that's all right. Like, but I am like, completely with you. You're here to express yourself, experience yourself, and then, help anyone else, and it's beautiful. Like I feel you, man. I completely understand you. I'm with you, and I'm like such
Oh,
a big,
promise.
yeah, yeah, and I as I said, the first thing that's very striking that I feel about you is that spiritual aspect, which when people express, it's not really, a part of our normal daily life, but this is
Mhm.
who we are. Like we are
Yeah.
spirit, and how can we just like neglect that part of ourselves and just like be so involved in the material world? And that's when we do that, that is when all these problems come in our life. So, and we need so many, and as you said, you've come with your gift, man. It's a freaking beautiful gift for all of
Yeah.
us, not just
Yeah.
you. So
Yeah.
so I see it, I feel it,
I
like, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm happy that I can express that through this work, and just on a daily basis, even just going to the store, I see reaction of certain people, the way they look at me. Like, I don't know, it's just example. They don't smile to others, but to me, it's just like, hi, like, woo,
Yeah,
woo, like,
yeah,
people just like coming
yeah,
to
because you're
coming
radiating
back
that
to life.
energy. Yeah,
Yeah, because I just like let's smile, let's feel
yeah,
alive. Like, a lot of people are just like too busy with their lives, and they just overthink about materialistic things, where this is the last thing that we should worry about. um but honestly, I when I was a little girl, I always followed fruits. I didn't want to eat anything else, and I actually, hold my story, you can hear on my class. And I don't want to share more. I can't share more for now. But everything else is like shared in my class, like the whole my background and story. But I can just mention that I always was drawn naturally. I never had to like explore anything based on someone's experience. I explore it through my heart and my own experiences since such a young age. uh, like oh my goodness, I think my mom, honestly, my wonderful mom, she was the first one who actually showed me this path, because she was the one who was feeding me with fruits and all these living vegetables and fruits and herbs. So I think that were also help what also helped me um, to thrive and maybe expand these wings and just be able to push it through. Yeah, and that's every time I was just painting, I was in the zone of high aspects, connections with other spirits, masters through my divine. Is just wow, it's amazing experience. I wish it on everyone to just
yeah,
experience that personally. Is just, I think, the most beautiful aspect of it. And then I never understood why people judge themselves or each others or compare to others. I always avoided that. I like when I see, I'm sorry, papers are flying. That was true, the divine just came.
yeah. Yeah, like spot on. They're like, Magdalena, you're speaking the truth.
Yeah, ta-da. Um, uh, but all these aspects with life, the way I was just like, just amazed of every little thing, every little pebble on the ground is just made me happy with just what I have, what I got in me. So I always say, I am extremely rich person inside. I am a
Yeah.
millionaire, because no one can take it away from me.
Wow. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's, yeah.
So,
And I
if you don't mind me asking, how young are you? Since you mentioned,
I
Yeah.
always like to say I'm 4,000 years old. So,
Well, looking very young.
oh, thank you.
I'm impressed by how you look. It's the fruit keeping you all vibrant. Yeah.
I think each and every one of us can tell how old your soul is.
Yeah.
I think it just takes time to understand how to check that, and feel the vibe of it, and the vibration, the connection with the other spiritualities. But uh, uh, I need to tell you a very important thing that in in this world I am in 35 years young body for now.
Yeah. Well, you look vibrantly younger than that. I would like to reiterate.
Oh my goodness! How,
Yeah, of
how
course.
how young are you?
Well, I'm 31.
Oh, look! Oh, very close. All right.
Yeah, yeah, of course, yes.
So
Amazing.
awesome.
And
And
how
this,
long? Go ahead.
no, they still ask me about like, are you like 21? Like, are you
Yeah, yeah,
kidding?
sure. I would say that too. So, how long you been in the raw journey? Like, how long have you been fruitarian?
So, for touring, I've been for 7 years now, over 7 years. It's been a quite long journey for me. Um, I was vegan, raw vegan before. I was vegetarian before. I tried all these aspects. I didn't even know all the names of it. I just followed my intuition. I had my meat and dairy episode in my life as well, so I can compare how the body feels on that food and how I felt when I was raw. I can say I've been raw through all my entire life, honestly, with some breaks here and there, uh, because I was pushed by family and society to just consume certain things. But I've been raw since a young age. Like I mentioned before, I never wanted to eat anything else but raw fruit and vegetables. But mostly fruit. I always was drawn into like bushes, and it's just crazy stories are out there about being being Jane in the jungle, looking for some fruit to eat. Uh, even though I haven't lived in a jungle back then, but um, I was imagining all this stuff, like, and it was drawn. Oh, I think. Oh, I thought it was drawn to me so easily. So yes, so I can say I've been for 35 years here in my heart all the time. No meat, no dairy, so that I didn't even want to incorporate in my life. But then I was a little forced to do this, so I would say so. So I did, and I regret it after. And now I don't regret because I think it's awesome that I did try it because it's shown me a wider perspective or many aspects, and I can help more people because of it. Because I just understand the process of. I got really sick and poisoned by the meat and dairy, so I just can relate to many health issues with people
Yeah,
after all of that.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And since you were a detox coach, like, I probably could ask you a few questions about like how do you help people go through these cleanses? What is your point of view on like juice fast and like water fast and even dry fast? Just
Mhm.
yeah,
Uh,
just share your point of view. Should they go with these cleanses? And is it safe for them to do longer juice fasts, probably, or not? I know that at different points in life we need different kinds of fasts, but if you had to like just share with the audience, what is it that they can do at home, and what is beneficial, what are the things that are you pro juice fast and like other kinds of fast,
Yes,
other
thank
deeper
you for that.
aspects that you'd like to share? Yeah.
Thank you for that question so much. I only can tell based on my own experience working with my clients, my family, friends, and myself throughout all these years. Um, I need to say that detox can be an amazing healing experience. And I think this is the deepest and the most honest approach we can take nowadays, especially now, and the safest one. If it's done properly. So this is highly important aspect that a lot of people don't want to hear. They want to avoid. They think if it comes to changing their diet, it's so easy. Oh, I'm just gonna do it tomorrow, and I can't agree with that. That would be a lie if I would say this is how it looks, because it's more complicated than each and everyone us can think of. I think, like you beautifully mentioned, that everyone is on their own level, right? And they start from different levels in their lives. Not everyone is ready for certain detoxes. So what I would say is safe to do is not even starting from juice cleansing. It's not absolutely a no water fast at the beginning. No. For water fast, I actually like to prepare the person before even water fasting, because I just see how people react to this stuff. And if someone jumped into in Poland, there is a big battle regarding who is going to do more days of juice fasts, and which is, to me, is like very scary. And I used to live in a fear when I heard that, because when people came to me saying stuff like this, I'm like, how are you feeling? Well, I came here for advice because I feel like I'm dying. This showed up, that showed up. My health is getting worse. I was on the ER last time. They had to take my gallbladder, and I hear all these stories. So yeah, and then I'm like, what did you do? Just like juice fast. All right, so you probably went to way too fast into this. And she, another person said that she got mental issues got more on what to eat, how much to eat. Was too much of I don't know, focusing on calories, even simple things like this, and losing weight obsessively. So I just said, this is not spiritual approach, my dear. And let's start from the beginning. Let's rebuild first. Let's heal that mental thing aspect, so you are ready for deeper things. Because I don't like to start from juices, honestly. I like to start with simple changes, rejecting one thing that makes you sick or weaker. Just even if you do it once a week, then after a month you will notice that I rejected all the meat products, or I would start with dairy first. The dairy is, yes, as highly mucus forming and highly acidic to our body. So that's what would be the most important to each and every one. What I would suggest is like reducing consumption of dairy products, and then meat, and then started to incorporate more of fruit itself, like a whole piece of fruits, like not even smoothies, but fruit in a whole form, so your body can actually recognize this in a natural form, because some people don't even consume fruits at all. So in order, introduce them,
forgotten. Yeah.
Because there's nothing wrong with the smoothie, but there's so much goodies in the smoothie, and the smoothie is usually highly dense. and it contains so much fructose. So it can be hard to digest for some people and can give like belly ache and stuff. So I would start with the whole fruit in a natural form. This is the best way to consume your fruit, right? So like from starting from easy fruits like bananas, pears, apples. Some apples can be even strong. I used to get like stomach ache after eating apples as well, because body needs to adjust, need to learn how to even digest some things if you haven't had fruit like this for so many years. I'm just talking here in the worst case scenario if someone that doesn't consume.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this is the safest way for everyone, because when you do that, you know that they're safe. Okay, they're incorporating more fruits. So then another aspect would be start your breakfast from, even you can do start it once you consume meat and dairy, but start your breakfast from fruit or
Yeah.
fruit juice, right?
Yeah.
Just simple things. And then put, like, let's say, have a brunch, breakfast with, maybe durian will be too fat, too fatty.
Yeah.
But yeah, apples, like even do like, you can shred some apples and put whole pieces as well, like so you can have something to chew naturally. And
Yeah.
then put some cinnamon on top with lemon juice and bananas around, because it's a great composition if it comes to the food combination as well, so it won't ferment. It's going to be digested smoothly. So this is important, how to also compose meals together. But at the beginning, I wouldn't worry about it unless you have digestive issues. Of course, it would be better immediately to know whole food composition and everything. But honestly, as long as you follow the fruit at the beginning is good. Just changing to fruits for breakfast rather than having an oatmeal that it's mucus forming as well. So,
Yeah.
we need to hydrate after a long sleep, right? So even if it's shorter sleep, we need to hydrate the body, because we didn't eat, we didn't drink. The body was healing overnight, resting. The cells were resting, rebuilding, and it's just right. So we were out there remembering, or not being able to remember our dreams, but doesn't really matter, because we still went through all these processes overnight. And then this is just the power. I like to call it a gold for us. It's a new gold for us, like a fruit itself, because it can be highly pricey in the near future. We never know. Looking at the GMO seeds and other things that they're trying to incorporate. So we maybe want to
Yeah.
save these seeds with
Yeah.
these organic fruits. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would just do salads and stuff, and rejecting slowly the meat and dairy. And once you get to this point, then you are like opening up again, and this is automatically, these doors with the spiritual world are starting to open, and then you can see these different dimensions, and then you understand, let's say, differently what I'm just saying here. you
Yeah.
know
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Certainly.
yes. And then it's good to work with the detox specialist. I always suggest that. There are plenty of us from Dr. Morse's, IOSD, because it's important to know what processes are you going through in order to be safe and do it up properly. Um, you just need to do some research and to find a good practitioner. We have a special website for that as well. And I'm inviting also for consultations. If someone is interested, I will be more than happy to help. I always
Yeah.
find time for everyone.
Wow.
So
Beautiful.
yeah.
So if they want to book an appointment with you or find you, I would love for you to share so that, everyone can
Thank
know
you.
where to reach you
Okay.
out.
Yeah, so I have a website, www.rockcoconutgirl.com, and
Yeah.
everybody can go to my website, pick a service, whatever they like, and I always suggest to email me rather than booking it through the website immediately, because I have the real schedule and not the website itself, so it can change anytime. So it's good to just reach out to me after looking, checking my services, saying, hey, I'm interested in the service, in the iridology or just consultation, and then I share what to actually, how to make the booking, the how to book the appointment. So it's very easy. We usually I use PayPal, so the services can go through PayPal payments, and my PayPal is rockcoconutgirl@gmail.com. So it's very easy. You just put email in the and then this automatically book the appointment as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
and
I'll
it's
I'll
very
put
easy.
the link also down below, and also like your email in the
Mhm.
description,
Thank
so
you.
anyone who wants to reach out to you can reach.
Absolutely.
Awesome,
I,
awesome.
I will be honored to help each and every one of you. Oh my goodness, this path is just, I don't, it's just the most beautiful I could follow. And, you can really regenerate anything at any age and anything at any stage. I like to add, that part personally, because I regenerated my
What?
bones,
Yeah,
my body, and
yeah.
in
You met with an accident, right? And then you used raw food for healing yourself, and of course, spirituality as well.
yes. Oh, what a journey.
Are you feeling like vibrantly healthy now, or there's some issues that you're still working on?
There will be always something. I think there is never enough, because we are not perfect. We are perfectly made, but there's always something to fix. But it's good to know when it's enough, when
Yeah,
it's the point when to stop. And when I got to the point where um I'm taking a break from herbs. I'm not consuming now any herbs. I just eating fruits. That's what my body wants the most. And I have, like, for frugivore,
yeah,
some seeds and nuts. But I consume, I would say, I like to say 100% fruit. And then on top of that, some leafy greens and salads, because I'm just fully on fruit all the time, most of the time. So, and
yeah,
some green juices, some salads here and there. Whatever I feel. Sometimes I have a moment where everything is so fresh and juicy around, and I see these leafy, juicy greens, and they from the garden, and they taste amazingly. So I'm like, I'm gonna have just salads for a couple of days if I have enough ingredients for it, and it comes from the garden. Amazing. So it's just going through the intuition, but most of my experience, my life, I'm focusing on fruits always.
yeah.
So
Do you
uh-huh.
supplement as well?
I do not supplement. I don't, in my field, in our field as detox specialists, we believe in that when body fix itself, it won't miss any vitamins, because the body
Yeah,
know how to absorb it from the fruits
yeah,
and vegetables. Yeah.
yeah,
um Same with other vitamins that the body can produce by itself as well, right? Once we clean the body inside. um, if someone has some issues with vitamin deficiency and stuff like this, I always I'm not against anything. I don't want to be taken that way, like, oh, she's against, like, everything. No, my
not at
mind is
all.
open.
Yeah,
Yeah, my mind is open. However, I experience on my clients, myself, and that you don't really need that. And if you do, I wouldn't suggest that for longer than very short period of time, because it's only covering the problem. So the problem is still there. So even though if you take these supplements in the body, then you are going to have still the problem because you're just covering it for the blood tests. Oh,
Yeah.
so the blood test will go through well. Okay, but it doesn't mean that this is actually healed. The problem may be still there and supposedly is there if you're covering it with the supplements.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it's supplement, so means that it's supply something that it's not meant to be.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like even the name of it is it's like
Yeah.
black magic. So I would say this is my supplement, you
Yeah.
know, like honestly, lemons, citruses, oranges, grapefruits, all these citruses have the highest amount of vitamin C that we can ever get. Celery, organic celery, if you have it from organic source, amazing for regeneration as well. You know, there are many of these aspects that you can really highly incorporate in your life and feel better on it. Or even green juices, if you just consume some green juices and salads, that's another I would say progress.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you always eat better than other population, like the whole population of the world, you still eat better, you know, you still take care, you are becoming aware and conscious of the situation in your body, mind, and soul. And you feel that, you know, when I eat every meal, I feel such a like connection with the food. Maybe other people would laugh, but to me it's like, oh my gosh, oh, I just feel the energy. I just put this durian by my heart and I just feel the connection with it. It's just that energy,
You know,
electromagnetic field. The consciousness of this fruit is just so high, you know, that
yeah.
it's just
And
like,
I think if you eat every meal like that, you would never need any supplements. I think if it's like that, you would like, and sometimes just start living on prana. You just like look at the food and be like, it's like you can, because yeah, people, I like my future goal is to be a breatharian. And what do you say about enemas?
animals. Okay, I would be careful with them because I always like to say, uh, we weren't born with enema bag.
Yeah, yeah,
with an enema bag and the sticks and all these tools that go with it. This is a natural process to me, you know, like putting something in your gut and then cleaning with all these stuff unnaturally, when honestly enemas are cleaning only the lower part
yeah,
of your colon. What about all the rest, where the rest is the most important even more because it's up high? So this is what we want to cleanse. Sometimes enemas can actually block the way of elimination and being addictive. That's another part. I had many people coming to me that became my clients because they used enemas and they are like, what can I do? I can't poop anymore. Or I've been doing just once a week enema and I'm having issues with my health. You know, some people just shouldn't even, in my opinion, put this stuff in them because they're just designed it a little differently. You know, everyone is different. I believe you can cleanse yourself without doing enemas easily. I use herbs for that. I like to use herbal formulas from Dr. Morse's clinic and adjust it for everyone personally. And I never had issues with going to the bathroom. And even if I did, that can be part of the stress as well. That could be part of not consuming enough juicy fruits. That could be a part of stress. Is just the highest thing, in my opinion. Stress can kill you. Even if you consume something healthy, the stress pollution, you know, we can't avoid certain things, of course, but if we can avoid and if we can at least help the body to heal, it's always to do good rather than hurt, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I would be very careful with enemas. And I heard many stories of people, especially, oh my gosh, even worse when they incorporate coffee enemas or something like that.
Mm.
Then the bowel movements can become very lazy, and you may have issues to even like cooking to the rest of your life. So I really would highly encourage everyone to be careful with them. And I at times would say I would recommend only situations that are needed. And I go through the whole process of interviewing my clients. I spend hours with my clients separately to understand them, to understand their life before I even recommend anything. Uh,
Yeah.
and I'm like, no, let's try naturally. We always want to go with nature. That's the whole process. I am built naturally. You're built naturally. We are not, built in through a Gmail factory or something that we need all these incorporate all these weird stuff. We can
Yeah.
help, yeah, if it's needed, but most of the time it's not even needed. I
Yeah.
remember I had a client who came to me. She was like, oh my gosh, many of them were using enemas. I don't want to mix up the stories because there were so many of them. But one of them was like, she came and she said she did enema because she couldn't poop. And now she has diarrheas all the time. And she's like, how can we do it? I have an emergency. And this is another thing. I'm not an emergency. We are not an emergency room. If someone needs an emergency situation, please go to ER, go to your doctor. This is another thing, right? I'm not, I support that path. I support doctors. I support their work because they do amazing job. They know how to balance the body. I am detox specialist. I'm not a doctor. And this is something that is highly important to understand by people that I'm detox specialist. So I detox the body, right? I don't treat anything. I can detox. I can help to understand spiritually and holistically this approach. I teach how to naturally balance pH levels in your body, how to balance the environment, how to create the alkaline environment in the body, right? The terrain. So you can actually heal and naturally, and your body can heal because everything that we consume. People like to say that, oh, this fruit healed me. No, you healed yourself. The body healed itself with the help of the fruit, but you did all that job. Your body did all that job. Uh, and there's nothing wrong to say sometimes because people are just arguing over words, Oh, someone said that the fruit healed me. People like to say that because it's mostly the fruit, power, the
Yeah.
fruity power. But we all know what doesn't really mean behind it. That means that the body healed itself. So
Yes.
people just like to catch the words and, oh, this person said wrong. No, there's nothing wrong. It's all about interpretation. When someone would say that to me, I would understand the interpretation behind it. It's obvious that the body heals itself. So this is also another different language a little bit we speak. and,
Yeah.
and and some people just like to be picky and picking on you, oh, he said that, she said this, he said this. And I'm like, oh my goodness, just let's like be all family, friends, and just like doesn't really matter. We are all about healing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would be very careful with enemas and and do them very conscious, conscious in a conscious way, rather than just jumping into them because someone recommended to me. It's unnatural. It's same like juicing. Juicing is also unnatural. When you juice too much, like imagine we weren't born with juicer also in our hands, right? Are they juicers like growing on the trees? No, all fruits, right? This is the form we are getting from the nature.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So are you not pro juice fasting? Or like at a certain stage you would say that people can, I'm curious.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a honest. Like I said, I have an open mind. I healed by using grape juice fast as well. So I love juicing. when it's incorporated properly in a proper time,
Yeah.
and we have everything established, prepared mentally, spiritually, and physically. All these aspects have to work together. And if you see imbalance between one aspect, even just spiritual one, I believe you won't be able to accomplish in the way you wanted to have it
Uh,
accomplished. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. No, I completely, I come because I have done juice fast also in the past, and I know,
Because
like how does it work and what are the times that it truly works. You have to be really mentally ready for it as well. And if you and then you have to come to a spiritual plane, and be able to be so sound with your body, be connected with your body, know what it needs, and then it, or you have like someone's support, then it
yeah.
works the best. Otherwise, it can cause like, some detox and symptoms which will be very difficult to handle. So I completely like, understand what you're saying.
And yeah, and I'm happy you are doing your just fast, because you can also see differently all the aspects that we are talking about, right? And someone else who will be watching it and will be consuming different products than we do, or following different approach, then this person can understand even our speech, our conversation differently, and they will be like, what did she just say? Like, what? I don't get it. So what did? Well, everything's been said. But what I'm trying to say here also about juicing, because I really don't want to forget, is um, I would suggest short juicing over long
Yeah.
juice fast in any case.
Yeah.
That's for sure, because it's unnatural, and it's always better to try to detox with whole fruits, and
Yeah.
and support with herbs, because you want to support your organs, right? So to not
Yeah.
to just go bold into this lifestyle, and then not strengthen these tissues. This helps to support, strengthen, and herbs themselves, they support and strengthen the whole process of detoxification, and help to detox faster in a safe way, so you don't feel the side effects that much. And herbs are the most conscious, um, I would say, just, oh my gosh, living plants that exist on this planet. They're more conscious than fruit themselves, because fruits are, they're GMO, a lot of them, they're hybridized, and herbs are not hybridized, which is also making them more conscious and more powerful. But I wouldn't take them for a long period of time. I would also, like I said, consult that with a specialist, detox specialist, because it's important to know how they work, how long to use.